to-go seat. Why? I don't like it. I don't like the seat. That's why I always avoid it. And why?
Because that's what the theater is.
That's what Greg says.
Which one?
Well, isn't there like another one that's over there?
There's another one.
That's where Greg sits.
so-
That's where he told us he sat.
I usually see them in the balcony.
I always see
Yeah.
him
What if I sat
there. Like here, I've seen
Go for
him.
it.
I saw
It's
the
usually pretty cold,
Abe Lincoln ghost in the basement once.
right?
I'll sit there. Feel the difference.
To the next show over. There's also 3 seats in the basement
About
that
2
Holbein
degrees
told me
cooler.
we're not allowed to put back in the theater because people like freaked out on them.
Interesting.
The theater's haunted like
Are
crazy.
those the haunted seats that move?
Yeah.
Yep.
What? They
I don't
move?
know the chairs in the basement you're talking about. They're like blue chairs, right?
No, they're red chairs just
They're
like
red chairs
these,
just like
but
these.
people like during shows and stuff, people said that they had like they didn't like sitting in them and they freaked out and the shows they felt like they were going crazy the whole time.
Hey Carl, tell
we
him about the
moved
water story.
Oh, the
Oh,
water
have
story.
you all done like the ghost walk?
Jack.
I have.
Oh my god,
no,
this is
but
so
I think
scary.
in the dark.
That's not the ghost.
So
Me,
the
you
water
are
story. So Ben and one of his students. I don't.
Oh yeah, I heard this.
Tell it or you got it?
You take the first half. I'll take the second half.
I just want to
We'll
listen.
tag team.
Some guy wanted to come in and take photos of the theater, right? So Ben's like, okay, I'll unlock the theater for you. Take some photos, right? Was it in the dark?
All right,
Was it
so
light? You can continue.
The picture guy and Benko were standing over by the manager console, and Ben was starting to turn on the lights, but he couldn't get them to turn on for some reason. And they felt like water just fall, and they were like drenched. And they're like, "Oh man, we gotta get someone to clean this up." So they went out. They're like completely covered in water. So they go out. They're like, "Hey, something happened. I think the pipe ruptured or something. We couldn't get the lights to turn on. Could you send someone in to fix it?"
by the way.
This was in the morning. So they go, and they come back later, and there was no water on the ground. So he's like, "Oh," and he called them up. "Nice job, you guys got this cleaned up really quick." And they said, "We didn't send anyone in." And we came back, no water on the ground. There was no pipe overhead. There's no pipe over there.
There's nothing over it.
There was no holes in the ceiling.
Nothing.
Oh, what about the one where they hear the piano playing?
Another story is Holbein and Ben were leaving for Seussical.
Yeah.
They left during Hell Week. They made sure everybody was out, and they had the piano back in this area.
Jesus Christ.
Turn the lights on.
No, thank you.
So, as they were walking out, they made sure every piano was covered and everything. They were walking out, and they heard someone just playing music. It wasn't like a recognizable song, but it wasn't random notes. It was something. It was a melody. And so they come back. They're like, "Oh, some kid is dicking around in here." So they come back in, and the piano's covered up. There's no one in there. So they like go around the theater, making sure no one's in there, and they leave again, and they hear the piano again.
Jesus Christ.
So they just
bolted.
left.
They bolted.
Yeah.
Now,
Fastest beds ever ran.
during the musical, Holbein leaves a little earlier than everybody else.
Guys, Alex, there's still low tape.
There is.
There's also
Well,
the
it's
room.
Well, it was on the wood, so we couldn't get it off as
The
easily.
room in the basement where they keep all the sheet music is haunted because I have
No.
heard people in there.
No, that's true. Oh, I have a story. This happened to me. I have a few of them that happened to
Isn't
me.
the freaking the thing?
Is there a
that-
story about like the
Yeah.
weird like blue chair in the basement that just like moves?
Hey, which one, Emma?
Because
Okay.
I've seen that.
So there are these chairs in the basement
They're
that
the
move.
old ones.
Nobody moves them, but they move. They're also in areas where no one's supposed to be.
Yeah, like under that pipe one time. That
Yeah.
was so weird.
And there's also usually one of them ends up by there's this kind of someone painted like an anarchy symbol in like low paint.
Yes.
And it's freaking terrifying.
Wait, where is that?
Katie and I spray painted our names last summer.
They actually like blocked it off now. Like it's completely locked and you can't get through it. I've tried.
Seriously?
Yeah. Like
There was another one that.
Wait, is the
No, like,
hole
they-
to the
it was,
old
like,
pool
recently,
still
like, the past
open?
month.
Carl,
Okay.
you want to tell them about our story with the stage right? Clean it?
Wait, before
Yeah,
that, is the hole to the old pool still open?
No.
Not even.
That's
They-
closed
they
off now.
filled
Okay.
it.
I just went in there like literally like last school year.
No, it's totally.
They filled
No,
it.
yeah, they closed it
Yeah.
like recently.
It's like filled with cement and
Seriously,
everything.
why
Dang.
would they do that? That like ruins everything. Wow, my life sucks
Okay.
now.
So a story that happened to me in Thailand. We was cleaning up we were the last ones here for one show. What was it? It was
Musical. Was it musical or was it spring show?
I think it was spring show.
Was it like last school year?
Anyway,
It was, yeah, it was just me and
no,
Carl
it
in
was,
the building.
Or was it one act? I think it was one act.
He was the one act.
So we were packing
one
stuff
act,
up.
you had the
putting-
swords,
yeah, so we were putting stuff away.
It was just me and Carl in the building.
I'm like, Holbein was in like it was Ben and he was in tech room, and so we were like shutting the doors, turning off the lights, and Tyler's like, hey, could you go close the door on stage right? So I went and I closed the door, and I was like, no, stage left, so because I was looking over, and I saw a Kleenex box that was sitting on the table. It was pushed off the table. It didn't fall off. It was pushed, because like flew away from the table.
Like you saw that?
Yeah.
You guys were freaking out.
Yeah,
And
then
so
we
I'm
went
like,
stage right.
okay, I'm not dealing with it.
We went stage
So
right,
I
closed
left.
the door.
Tyler didn't believe me, so he wanted to see it for himself. And so we go back in, turn all the lights on, and the Kleenex box is back on the table. At which point, Tyler did this. Ah! Like he does as a pterodactyl. Anyway,
I did. Yeah.
Really, you're afraid of ghosts?
I believe he goes.
Not.
I'm not afraid of ghosts because I think that I've had past lives. So. I'm okay.
Okay.
oh, no,
Dude, that is sweet.
what?
Abram did a great job.
Mine from the basement.
That's the new costuming T-shirt.
That's actually really good. I want to see.
Yeah, I'm gonna scoot up.
It's really bright too.
So from the basement, it was during musical for Joseph. I was doing tech. Yeah, right. I was doing tech and I was helping to bring a spotlight up in the basement. We were pushing it down one of the hallways and I saw this tennis ball get like rolled out from down the hallway. Didn't think much of it. I'm like, cool, free tennis ball. So I took it, put it in my pocket, and I kept it for a while. I didn't realize that the basement was haunted at that point.
Here's the really scary part about that. Carl could fit an entire tennis ball into his pocket.
While carrying a spotlight.
So,
I did watch your TED Talk.
Yeah, and I been right there recording.
I don't like it though.
Anyway, so
No, thank you.
it makes the stories way better.
I
Anyway,
like the danger.
so I was looking in my backpack about
Alex, you're sitting in the chair.
About a-
I thought I
Alex
should
is.
tell you you're sitting in the chair.
a month
I
before.
have been for the past 5 minutes. I know.
Very
A couple
Really
weeks
bad.
before Strike for Spring Show, which was Shakespeare in Mind. And so I'm looking at the tennis ball and I'm like, oh my god, there's this spot of dried blood on it. It has not been out of my backpack since I first got it. But there was blood on it. So I'm like, okay, I remember the basement's haunted. So I go down there during Strike and I roll it down the hallway from whence it came. Loke was with me.
Is this why Loke quit theater? Did you make Loke quit theater?
No.
Please
Did he?
don't.
He didn't.
No, he
quit,
didn't
though.
quit.
He didn't quit, but he's coming back. Who?
Resume.
Anyway, so I roll it down the hallway and I hear laughter. No one else was in the basement except for me and him. So I ran out of there as fast as I could. Anyway,
Do you guys want to go down to the basement?
that's that story.
Bank down there.
I have a story. It's not that long, but so you know the Abe Lincoln ghost down the basement?
Yeah.
So like typically when people see him, like they're like, "Oh, he's running at you."
Yeah.
So you know at the other end of the hallway from the theater area where it turns into like those wrestling mats or whatever. So this was during a strike, and so I just see someone like in all black with a hat on, and then I just see them at the end of the hallway and they turn that corner. And I thought, oh, hey, is someone going that way? So like I start walking towards them and be like, hey, you can't go back there. And then I realized, oh wait, I shouldn't be doing this. I'm by myself. And then I turn around and I walk back up the stairs like, that's a ghost.
Another story. This time is from the catwalk.
Ooh, catwalk.
So this didn't happen to me. This happened to someone I know named Josiah. He went here. He did tech.
He was friends with Paul Shack.
He was. That's how I heard
Carl's
about it.
brother and certified yoga instructor. Graduated in 2014. Now he lives in New York
Emma,
City.
you know
Brooklyn.
We all know this.
Did he move again?
Brooklyn
He's fully
team.
back, or is
He
still in
came
Lincoln?
back to Lincoln for a week, and
I know
then he
that.
went back
Oh,
on
he's back already? Okay.
Friday. He's in Brooklyn. Yeah. So get your feet off stage.
Feet off the stage.
All right. So Josiah was up in the catwalks. He was fixing up the lights, and he was leaning over. And in the old theater, the ceiling was lower. But then when they redid it, they redid the theater in
2008.
9.
Nine,
It opened
yeah.
at 9.
And so the ceiling used to be lower. When they redid it, they brought it back. They brought it up about 1.5 feet. And so he was doing some work, and he saw this figure walking, but he was cut off at the knees, as if he were walking on the old floor of the catwalks. And then he's like, what the hell is that? And then he felt someone push him from behind.
Somebody was Josiah that got pushed.
Yeah, so Josiah felt someone push him almost out of the catwalks, and he almost fell from the catwalks.
That is so scary.
What is with Josiah almost getting injured?
Anyway, my first experience with the ghost was that ghost. Right, was Greg right
Jack's
there.
like in a fetal position.
I know.
So
I'll sit with you.
it was
Who likes this? What kind of sick, twisted being?
Me.
freshman
No.
year during Stonehearts. I was back on a platform over there, and you know how like Holbein likes his final poses where everybody's like in a nice picture, and so I was looking out like I was supposed to. I was frozen. I was looking out. But I was looking around with my eyes because like I had the sunglasses on, so they didn't matter. I was looking around, and it was during Hell Week, and the directors were over there, the costumers were over there, but no one else was here the rest of the show. But then I looked out, and I saw in that seat, someone was laughing their ass off. I couldn't hear them, but they were laughing. So
Probably Jackson.
Like I broke, and I looked around like, who the hell is that? Looked back, and it was gone.
So my first experience alone was during Newsies. I was working during lunch by myself in a sound booth. Then some guy went.
I think the ghosts like me because I've spent multiple hours in the basement alone, and I hear noises and talking, and there's no one down there, and they don't bother me. So.
Yeah. There's
Like,
a lot of
they
talking.
love us.
Like when you're like if you're in the costume lab and you're just doing your own thing, there's a lot of talking
I
in
was,
places.
yeah, I was doing.
And like you hear
Hey,
people
Eli,
a lot of the times.
Can
what
we
you
just
hear
talk
is,
about
like,
Grace Caseman's closet?
A lot of the times, what you hear is like rustling of like fabric being moved and like bins popping open and like shoes being put on. I hear like laces being tied sometimes, or like scissors. I hear scissors.
I was
just hear
doing
people talking.
theater-thon. I was organizing the set area. I was moving some stuff around, fixing up some props, making it look a little nicer. I think so, maybe, I don't know. But I was moving stuff around, and it was me and he was a junior at this point. His name is Gabe Ortiz, but y'all don't know him. You know him?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was down there with me, and we were moving stuff.
I low-key stalked all of the theater kids before I came.
He's not a theater kid.
Yeah, I know, but he was
Anyway,
around sometimes.
so we were up moving stuff, and then we heard something like completely fall. It was because we were in like the set area, and one of the props had like fallen over. It sounded like a shelf, like the glass shelf had just fallen over. I'm like, dude, what was that? And so we go to check it out. Nothing had happened. The bookshelf was up. Nothing had fallen off. We looked around, and we like went a little deeper in the basement to see if we could find anything, but there was nothing. We were also the only ones down there. We got back up, and we were like, hey, was anyone else down there, like maybe moving stuff around, and they just couldn't find us or whatever? No one else was down there. It was just us two.
Anyone want to go down to the basement?
No,
It's locked.
Yeah, I know.
Bank it down there. I guess it doesn't,
That's just,
We don't have the keys.
anyway,
They left with Holden
That's-
when he went to his house.
most of my stories.
so nobody's here.
I know all the stories from like the.
Actually, I don't.
ghost-
Oh my god! Oh my god! Emma!
Jack.
Emma. This is literally my fan fiction. Okay.
It's time to go.
Okay.
Jack has a fan fiction about all of us in 7th grade. It's called Empty, and it's about the teachers are gone from the school, and what are the students gonna do but have Jan and Marley murder them all?
It was 83 pages.
I killed Serena
My
or
God,
something.
I once made.
No.
No, I'm not even.
Serena killed you.
Serena killed me.
Also, there was some subtext there. You guys, we found you guys in the closet together.
Yeah,
Yeah,
totally.
yeah,
That's,
subtext.
See, it's funny.
Subtext.
It's funny.
Okay, so room 300 used to be the old library. So like that's supposed to be really haunted or something.
Jolly.
All right, so room 300 used to be the old library. The media center is right over the old pool. What else is different?
There used to be a senior dip in that hallway too.
That's before the
The
09
makeup
renovation.
lab
There was
used
an
to
actual
have
gym in
a
the hallway.
lower floor.
Yeah, there's actually also in the tech room. There's a kind of like hatch in the makeup lab where you can actually open it and you can see the old floor underneath and like
Nuh-uh, where?
Oh, yeah.
it's under the.
My
You
aunt
guys
was
want to take a
telling
field
me
trip real quick?
about-
Yeah, let's go.
I've actually never opened it.
Field
My aunt
trip.
was telling me about a senior dip because she went to school here in the 90s. and,
Wait,
like,
hold up. What's the senior dip?
There's like, just like a dip in the
There used
hallway.
to be a part.
Senior hallway.
There used to be a part.
Well, which is a senior hallway?
There used to
Like
be
this?
a part in the hallway. Oh, it's right up by Holbein's room. There used to be a part in the hallway where the floor dips down and there was like a huge gaping like cavity thing, and there were lockers down there for seniors.
Very dangerous.
Whoa, my eyes.
Like the AC was blowing.
I'm not scared anymore. I'm excited.
Right there.
I feel the AC on my neck.
We're gonna have to move this
How
out.
do you get into it?
We gotta move this.
Oh.
I've always wanted to open this.
I don't think
Oh.
Oh my god. Yeah, how do you open that?
Okay, you take that thing.
Yep, okay, yep.
Do that. You just
I got it.
back up.
Wait, that sounds fake. This looks fake. There's
Okay.
nothing.
That's not that much.
There's only one screw in it.
Oh, do we have a drill?
Yeah, in the tech room.
Oh,
We don't have an
God.
actual screwdriver. Hang on, hold on.
I've actually never opened this, and I'm really
So
interested to see
Peter
what's
Board
in
Retreat 2019, Tai
We're
Tai
back.
dies.
That's I'm fucking done.
We all get cursed.
Oh wait.
Oh, right. Yeah, you can give me a screwdriver.
Okay. We don't even. We can just use a like a non.
There's also one of these in the tech room. I used to know where it was. I don't. It's a little more hidden now.
Oh my God, hags. Have a great summer, you guys.
Yes, I did get my license over the summer. Oh my god, it's just the cutest teeth ring.
Also,
Oh my god.
I went to Paris. Sorry, I'm still in like.
Congrats, yeah. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm still in overseas mode. I always do that.
I always do that. Can't wait for IB. Okay.
I really hope neither Molly or Holbein comes in here right now.
Yeah.
Hey, Molly's not gonna come here.
Well, Holbein's gone.
While it's working,
So is
Ben
Mom.
has a child. Holbein has food to make.
Yeah.
So we're
You
good.
grab the drill. Okay.
Alright.
Close that door. Yeah. And turn the lights on. This isn't gonna be a ghost thing, so you know.
Here, wait, no, here.
Oh no.
Here, I got it.
This
Here.
isn't gonna be a ghost thing. This is just gonna be like a.
Yes, but we would like the lights on.
Okay, yeah, that works. That works. No, go back.
Not happening.
Go, just do
Yeah, go
stage lights.
Reverse.
What if we
You don't have
break
the
the
screwdriver.
floor?
I mean, it's not like we're gonna need to
It's
open
not
it.
coming out. You wanna try it? We don't have a screwdriver.
Merci.
Oh, it's glued in.
Yeah, it's not coming out.
Yeah.
Bonjour. VC swamp.
So what do we
That's
do?
metal. We could pry it up.
Yeah, I wanna like, just like.
It's cold potato soup.
Oh, well,
Where's the?
No, okay, focus it. Light it up.
Light it up like a Harry and pull up in this Ferrari.
Here, what if I stuck my flashlight through one of the other holes?
Mason, I'm stealing your spot.